Hello and welcome to my presentation. My name is Michelle. Become digital citizens. First, what is digital citizenship? Well, digital citizenship refers to the responsible use of technology by anyone who uses computers, the internet, and digital devices to engage with society on any level. And notice that doesn't say or digital devices, it means and. So like any of the above, if you use any of those above things, you must become a responsible, good digital citizen. And so that's why it's so important, because we all use those things. And so why should we teach it in our school? There are several reasons why we should. And so the first one is information literacy. So whenever we analyze different digital sources, we are able to just make sure that we understand things correctly. Cyberbullying prevention, we know that this is very prevalent in our school and in our society. Online safety, there are really crazy people out there, and we need to make sure that we are equipping not only our students, but ourselves with that. Digital responsibility, understanding that things don't stop following us, especially in the digital world. And health and emotional wellness in a digital world. There's a lot of mental health issues that have been related back to digital citizenship, and just making sure that we are being as responsible as possible. All right. So digital citizenship, number one, is required by law. That's another reason we need to teach it. And so have you heard of E-rate? This is something that our school participates in. And so E-rate is basically money that is given to us by the government with strings attached for digital citizenship. And so basically we get grant money to our school for internet and for infrastructure, such as cabling and networking. But we need to make sure we have filters that are within our curriculum, and we teach our students different classes, all just a part of being a digital citizen. Who's eligible for these things? Well, all K through 12 public schools are eligible, including public charter schools. All nonprofit K through 12 private and parochial schools with endowments that make up to less than 50 million. Even public libraries, so elementary and secondary school libraries all receive those funds. But again, that's government money with strings attached, and it's called E-rate. We love E-rate, right, Mr. Robot? All right, so there are two biggies for E-rate. There's the filtered internet. And so that is like whenever we have our students, they're on their devices and they Google something, and maybe, we're studying World War II. And so they're Googling some of the weaponry that is being used. And so they come up with blocked content, because obviously the filters aren't going to allow guns or anything like that. And so the filter is what blocks that. So schools must filter internet content to protect students from harmful material online. So it can be weapons, but it can also be, risky pictures and different things with curse words in it and stuff like that. Also, Cipa Compliance. Students must learn about internet safety throughout the school year, and we'll talk a little bit more about Cipa in just a second. So Cipa is the Children's Internet Protection Act, and E-rate is in conjunction with the Cipa and emphasizes the following digital citizenship principles. There's media balance and well-being, there's privacy and security, digital footprint and identity, understanding that anything you put on the internet is there forever. It will never be undone. No matter how hard we try to erase it, it's there. Relationship and communication. How terrible has communication been since internet for some people? Cyberbullying, digital drama, hate speech, news and media literacy. There's a lot of stuff that has come from the internet. And so that's why all of these like Cipa and E-rate and everything has kind of sprang to life out of necessity, because things, being a good digital citizen needs to be taught, and it needs to be taught explicitly. It's something that's not going away. So we need to make sure that we are being at the forefront of that in our school. And if we don't teach our students proper digital citizenship, we run the risk of students sharing personal information, even some of us sharing personal information. You just can't be too vigilant with this kind of stuff. Students using classroom technology for cyberbullying. I remember my first year of teaching, that happened. And a student cyberbullied me when we started blogging, like long time ago, 15 years ago, before content was like really being enforced. And so like I remember I was a victim of cyberbullying, and it was not fun. Students searching or sending inappropriate images. We've had instances like that on the kids' phones that they come to school and they are talking about. And we are just not preparing our students for the digital world. So if we don't do this, these are the things that are like not at risk of happening. They're going to happen within our school. So we have to be responsible educators with this. But fear not, there are many options for curriculum. So like, what should we teach? Well, there's even free options out there. I really like Common Sense Education. It has some great options. I grabbed this screenshot because you can have all kinds of different, so there's, if you want media balance and well-being, like what do you want on your curriculum for that day, and you can filter it by grade levels so that things are specific according to what you need. It's free, you just have to sign up. And so there's all these different things that we can instruct our students over. There's also iSafe Enterprises. It looks like there's a little bit of cost associated with that, but if that was something that we wanted to do in our school, that could be an option as well, because like I said, we get money through E-rate for these specific things. And if we need some more ideas, we can check out the Harvey Education Service District. Lots of great options out there. And this list is not the only list. There's even more out there. So, it's kind of overwhelming to think that we need to teach our students all of this stuff, but really we can integrate this stuff into our regular curriculum anytime. All right, so digital citizenship is defined by REP, the acronym REP. So R, and I have a few notes here, so I'm going to pull my notes up. R stands for respect, and that means respecting yourself and others through etiquette. And so students need to understand how technology affects us and how it affects other people, and to be polite and use manners with that. Access. Not everyone has the same opportunities for internet usage. Some kids don't have, the smartest of phones. They don't have enough internet bandwidth for all of the different apps. And so not everybody has the same amount of access, and people can even be bullied for what they have and don't have access-wise. And it is the law that if we accept these funds through E-rate, that we need to be instructing our students in this kind of situation. So by law, we need to teach our students how to have respect for themselves and for others through digital citizenship. E is for educating yourself and others. So literacy, how do we, whenever we are researching something, how do we understand the digital component to what we're teaching? How much should we expect from our students? What's a credible source even? Communication, we need to educate our students on how to send a kind email. How can we properly communicate? Do we just do acronyms all the time? Do we, make up our own language when it comes to digital citizenship? What does that look like? And commerce, how to be safe when we're spending our money on the internet. And P is for protecting yourself and others. So we have rights and responsibilities when we are online, but we also have a right and a responsibility to protect other people and to not harass and to not bully. Also security, not giving out our passwords, being able to protect ourselves from people, from hackers and scammers and, all that stuff. And health and wellness, we should not just sit in front of our computer all day, every day. What does it mean to be a good digital citizen while still being healthy and still making sure that we are taking care of our mind and our wellness? So for USD 288 Central Heights, what does digital citizenship look like? Well, we already have some classes, in line to teach these things because we do receive E-rate funds from the government. But what else can we do? Do we stop there? Do we say that's good enough? Or is this something that we need to really be in the forefront, making sure that we're taking care of it? So I've created a Padlet. And so if you scan the QR code right over there, you can contribute to our Padlet because we have classes. And I'll move myself right there. Okay, so we have classes that we're teaching our students, but we don't have like a policy or what am I trying to say? Something on our internet that tells parents that this is what we're doing. This is how we're protecting your children. So we kind of need a statement that we can put on our website, like a digital citizenship statement. And so feel free to, talk about what you'd like to see from our school for digital citizenship. We could do classes, but also what about like digital citizenship that we can tell our patrons and our community members? So use that Padlet to contribute that way. And all right, so my concluding narrative, my standard correlation is right there. I felt like this was relevant because this class is purely online. Lots of classes are purely online. I feel like this is something that is never going to go away. The ease of using something digitally is so great, and it really gives access to a lot more people than ever had it before. However, there is a lot more opportunity for cheating or for, not being honest digitally. And so I feel like we really need to not only teach our students this, but just keep this stuff in the back of our minds as well, because this is something that, like I said, is not going away. And as I reflected through this assignment, I found that my current school district has no published statement for digital citizenship and what it means for our students. And I feel like in this day and age where we say, oh, we're trying to equip students to be 21st century learners, and that means technology, I feel like our district really needs to have a digital citizenship statement. So as I reflect through this assignment, and the importance of digital citizenship, I feel like we need to put something like that out there in our handbook, on our website, just to let our patrons know that we're teaching our students. Every student has a device in our school, K through 12. But here is our plan and our mission for those devices. So just to kind of get everybody on board and, everybody rowing our boat the same way, just so they know that we're not just giving them technology just to have technology. There is a plan in place, and here's what we're doing with that. So anyway, and I know that we offer classes for this because we have E-rate funds and requirements, but we need to make our community aware that this is what's happening. My husband used to be the technology director in our district, and so he kind of helped me to understand what we have in our school. But if it wouldn't have been for him helping me to understand these different aspects of it, I probably would not have, been as aware. And so even as a teacher within the district, if somebody would have asked me before, I went and asked my husband about all this stuff, I probably wouldn't have known before he told me, and I did this assignment. So I feel like this is really important. Our school needs to be made aware of this. And so it was a great reflection as we move forward with this. So I hope you all have a great day. Oh, and here are my references. Yeah, there we go. Sorry. Bobbing head. Have a great day.